Hey there, trading family. What is going on, kings and queens? First of all, if you're watching this video, chances are you are through one of the courses or maybe all of my free courses that I've got online, and you're looking for next steps. So first of all, I got to say congratulations for making it this far. Most people don't. Most people get distracted. Most people kind of like put their dreams on the sidelines for a little while. You're a doer, which is why you're here, and I'm really excited for you. However, this is not the end. It's only the beginning. I have some things that I want to discuss with you in terms of what your next steps are after this. And I'm going to just so you know, I'm going to be looking up and down a lot. I have some notes that I do want to cover. But ultimately, what this comes down to is learning a strategy is only part of the answer. Chances are you've already been through other courses. Maybe you were like me. You watched endless YouTube videos. You bought books. I've got a ton of trading books now that I've read. And I realized I'm like, man, like, I'm seeing some wins, I'm seeing some losses. Things are just so up and down, and sometimes I'm not trading at all. Like, what's the problem here? A lot of people have said in the past, oh, well, 20-80 rule, right? Like 20% effort gives you 80% of the results, right? Or 20, you know what I mean? I think it's actually like the 90-10 rule. It's like 10% skill set and 90% mindset. A lot of people don't really think that mindset's important, and they put way too much emphasis on I need to know this other strategy. I got to install another indicator. I got to use someone else's AI hands-off system. Baloney. Baloney. It's not it. Because ultimately it comes down to the mindset side of things and not just the skill set. You can probably draw boxes and draw lines on your charts accurately after a couple hours of practice, if that, right? You can spend even more time understanding indicators, how price action works, where to find good trade entries. But when you go to hit the order button, your anxiety may go through the roof. You become almost frozen. Fear is taking over, you hesitate, and before you know it, you missed your entry. Like you're like, oh, it's there. Well, is it? Is it not? And you kind of you're second guessing yourself. You hesitate. You're like, oh God, like what if it doesn't do it? Oh, I'm going to have another experience again. I'm just going to relive another down spot. And all this internal dialogue kind of takes over, and then you miss the entry. And then, again, the price action keeps moving. Price hits what your take profit mark would have been if you had actually done the trade and stayed in it and did proper trade management. And then you just watch it hit where exactly you thought it was going to go, except you weren't in the trade. You missed out again. Or maybe you experienced what I did. I had a series of big wins. Went really well. I felt confident, overconfident, probably felt unstoppable. And then I had 3 losing trades in a single day, all in a row. And I ended up losing that confidence. But I was like, you know what? It's the end of the month. I was still up for that month maybe. So I'm like, I'm just going to start fresh this next month. Just pretend like it never happened. And then that next month, I actually was down about $7,000 the next month, not just the next day or the next week or whatever, as a whole that entire month. So I was like, okay, that was just a weird month. That particular month, I think it was a December. So I was like, okay, I'll just come back and kick some butt in January. January, I lost another $6,000. So I was like, okay. And there's a lot of stuff going on in my life. I was under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, whether it was work or my if you know my story, my wife's health, all these things. So I was like, you know what? God, I need to just take a break. So I ended up taking a break, not just for a day or a week or a month. It was like a little over 2 months that I just stopped trading altogether. So there was a 4 to 5 month span of time, this period of time, where I had nearly lost about $15,000, and then I just stopped trading. And I considered quitting trading forever. Imagine having like that $20,000 week and then second guessing yourself and being like, well, that was a fluke. Maybe the strategy doesn't work. And you start second guessing yourself, and then you're considering, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Should I even quit? And for me, it was like my line in the sand moment. I had to realize what you're probably thinking to yourself right now. You know what? I might have had some setbacks, might have had some wins, I'm going through some obstacles, whatever it is. This business, this income stream, this whole concept of trading, this is my next step. This is it. This is my next step. This is my new career. This is, you might be thinking, this is my out from the job, the boss, the feeling of being overworked and underpaid, underappreciated. This is what I've been hoping and praying for right? That whole feeling of, this is a fresh start for me. I've got to make trading work. Because what is it going to allow you to do, right? What is trading going to allow you to do? You're going to be able to earn outside of your main source of income. So you got a supplemental income and maybe even replace that full-time job, right? Maybe retire faster. I wanted to retire faster. I was like, if I can retire at 50 instead of 65, awesome, right? Maybe you plan on working a while, but maybe you want a bigger house, faster car. For me, I wanted more time with family. I love to travel. I wanted more vacations. I wanted to see the world. And I wanted to be able to create more memories with my family. I knew this was it. So just think to yourself right now, is this it for you? Is this going to be your career? Is this your line in the sand moment? Chances are, if you're still watching right now, you know it's the right decision, right? So what ended up happening to me is I knew this was it, that I made the decision. I got back in the game and I figured out the secret to staying consistent, staying confident, and staying disciplined. And then I started earning between $5,000 up to $20,000 per month plus consistently. And now that I'm able to look back at those tough months, or even the months that I stopped trading entirely, I think about how much I actually cost myself by not learning it sooner. Imagine if average month 10K, right? 4 months or so, 4 to 5 months really, of me delaying, or I had some losses, but I can if I just keep following the system, I'll make it up this week, next week, this month, whatever, right? If I was just averaging 10K a month for those 4 or 5 months, that's like 40, 50 grand that I cost myself. So how much money are you costing yourself by not learning? The way to stay consistent, the way to stay disciplined, the way to keep that confidence going, right? So I cost myself that much money by not being consistent with my trading discipline, not having the right mindset, not being in control of my emotions through all the ups and downs of trading, not even being consistent with my schedule. You see, having a strategy isn't enough. It's not. And if you've been trading for any length of time, you already know this, or you wouldn't be here searching for more answers. The real breakthrough that I had comes from having the proper discipline, the proper scheduling, and proper accountability. It's not just having the strategy. It's about the proper discipline, proper scheduling, proper accountability, which I was able to then discover and help craft the two things, the right systems and the right community. Again, the right systems and the right community. And what I decided to do is I put both of these ingredients together to kind of bake my own pie, right? I made my own, I call it the BIT Method Coaching and Certification Program. It's a way for you to be able to tie in the mindset and the accountability and the support that everyone needs, because being brutally honest here, one of the main reasons I wanted to create this wasn't just for me just kind of go and share it. I wanted to create a community because, again, being blunt, the trading ins and outs, daily grind, the ins and outs of being a day trader can be quite honestly pretty damn boring. Again, just being brutal here. And even being maybe too harsh, it can be just a soulless activity where it's just a pure money focus. When you start to see other people around you using the same strategies and everybody kind of bouncing ideas off each other and being able to support each other and lean on each other and inject that confidence into each other's brains, say, no, like, you were actually spot on with that entry, bro. Like, just come back. Just do it again. Let's go find another entry right now. Having that kind of support and to be able to look over my shoulder or any coach's shoulder while you're actually seeing the trades happen in real time as well, it builds a lot more confidence. So what I did here is I've just diagrammed, kind of wrote out everything on my computer. So I'm just going to do a quick screen share, and I'm going to share all of the juicy details with you about this program. All right, so let's jump right in here. So I decided to create a 5-week coaching and certification program around the BIT method. Okay, so the first bullet point here this is going to include onboarding and setup, which means that, again, you're going to get access to a whole members area where all the videos and any recordings that we do and any coaching sessions that I do, all the recordings are going to be published in that members area. The onboarding and setup is going to allow to make sure that you get access to the right software, the right indicators, and everything, again, all the basics in terms of training as far as that goes. And then the next 5 weeks, we have the actual certification program that's going to happen. Again, the certification program with the one-on-one coaching is a 5-week specific program. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some bonuses here in a second as well. Now, this is going to be more than likely over $6,000 come January, maybe February 1 or something. But if you're watching this video right now, by the way, this entire program is not going to be $6K. It's going to be far less than that. So again, just keep watching and I'll share some more details here with you. So the second bullet point, all the online course material. Like I said, everything that I record is going to be put into a members area. I've already got everything diagrammed out with different units, all very, very granular, very, very specific, very methodical as I go through everything. And what I do is I have different units depending upon if we're talking about the B, the I, or the T in BIT method, as well as a whole bunch of introductory stuff, as well as a whole bunch of mindset, goal setting, scheduling, accountability, all that kind of stuff as well. We're going to be doing group coaching sessions. So you're going to actually be able to look over my shoulder 2-3 times a week with me actually live trading. And we're going to be doing group coaching sessions where I'm going over the training as well. So I'll go through the training video, kind of like say cut, whatever, and then answer all the questions at the end there as well. So this way you're going to be able to have both a group coaching session where you're going to be able to feed off and get psyched up by everybody's positivity and all that at the same time. If John Doe's on the call and Mary Blairy is on the same call, John or Joe, whatever, might ask a question that Mary didn't even think of, and vice versa. So it's going to be a really cool little mastermind group where everybody's going to, again, feed off of each other, not just in terms of positivity and community and support, but it's also going to be where we're sharing ideas and, you're going to be learning stuff from other people's brains as well, as far as that goes. Then the next thing is, and this is the biggest part here, is one-on-one mentorship and accountability. Again, most people have the problem with actually staying consistent and persistent with their day trading. So not only are you going to have assignments as we go through each of these units, each of the 5 weeks of the mentorship, and then the actual certification part of the mentorship as well, there's going to be some one-on-one in there, where you're going to not only be able to answer questions, you're going to be able to get feedback on your assignments and make sure that, we're basically checking in on you to make sure that you're learning each individual section of the program. So hopefully that makes sense. Next is a little bonus here. I'm actually going to be doing a bunch of case study videos. I don't have exactly the number that I'm going to have in here yet. You can see I've got some number signs in here. So the time of this particular recording, unfortunately, I don't know how many there's going to be. It's definitely going to be at least 10 because I've got 2 digits here. But more than likely, I'm just going to keep throwing real trades that I do in real time, recording little snippets of videos on there about why I did that entry, my mindset of why I was staying in the trade, where I was moving my stop loss to, and ultimately where my take profit was or when I decided to get out of the trade. So all those case studies are going to be in the back office in a bonus area as well. Next thing, and this is huge, my premium indicator, King's Cloud, is going to be sold separately at some point down the line. This could be in 6 months, I don't know when, but I'll probably sell just the indicator itself for $99 a month. You're getting free lifetime access included with this coaching and certification program, and that's going to include all updates. So when I add new features to it, it gets even more expansive and detailed, and all sorts of features are added. You're not going to have to pay me anything. This is the reason why this is a founding members program, by the way, and not just I'm going to have this video up forever. This is only going to be for founding members only. Then a super bonus. I'm actually going to give you guys all ongoing live training sessions for 12 months. So not only are you going to have the first 5 weeks, January through early to mid-February, whatever it is, the entire rest of the year, you're going to have January through December, all of 2025, to hop on any of my live trading sessions. I'm going to have trading sessions usually for about an hour, 2 to 3 days a week. But on those marathon trading sessions where, I don't got anything going on maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday morning for like 4 hours, I might trade for as long as I possibly can and just see how much I can make. Can I make $2,000 in that session, or am I going to try and make $20,000 in a day? I don't know. but it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be doing these sessions for the next year. So anytime that I hop on live, again, it's probably going to be 2 to 3 times a week. I also wanted to mention here in a second, we're going to have additional coaches as well. When other coaches that I bring on and train and certify, when they start doing their own live trading sessions as part of this, you're getting access to their training and their live trading as well. And those are going to be at, again, much more various times than just when I'm trading. So it's going to be some diversity as far as that goes. And then the other little caveat, little bonus here that I did want to mention before I go into your requirements as a student is the fact that the real reason why I'm doing this is I'm only going to have probably 6 people that are founding members. And then out of that, I'm going to choose 1 or 2 that get certified, use the strategies, actually prove that it works, and for them specifically, they make money with it. They're a great testimonial for the program. You may be invited. Again, no promises on this, no guarantees on this, but I'm more than likely going to be hiring 1 or 2 people to come on board as a coach while you actually get paid to trade, which is pretty sweet. So again, if you're potentially open for that, we can have that discussion, after you've already gone through this program and gotten certified and had some results as far as that goes. And finally, the requirements for you as a student. The first thing is patience. This is a brand new program. Again, at the time that I'm recording this video, this is brand new. And because it's brand new, I'm going to be asking you for a ton of feedback. There's going to be a bunch more ways that I know I can improve every facet of the onboarding, the training, the learning platform, the software itself, the live group coaching sessions, the one-on-one sessions, how we're interacting, how you're able to ask questions, how quickly I'm able to give answers, all these different things I want feedback on. So I'm going to require a little bit of patience from you for that, but this is another reason why I'm discounting this very heavily. Next, all assignments are going to be required. In order to be certified, you'll need to complete a weekly assignment. The first assignment, very, very simple, but it's still going to be required. Each week after that is going to be the B, I, and T, and then the final week is going to be the certification week. So minimum 5 assignments as far as that goes. And then finally, the other requirement I'm going to have is an honest review and testimonial by the end of the 5-week program. And by the way, if you're like, this is good, but I, don't think it was worth the money, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear that feedback so I can make the program even better. And more than likely, if you weren't exactly excited and enthralled through the whole process, more than likely, I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of as well, one shape or form or another. But ideally, what I want is, man, this is amazing. I learned some new strategies, but really it was the program that helped push me through and get me more disciplined and, stay on track with everything. And, I was able to bounce back from, a down day and ended up being profitable that week. I want to be able to get those kind of testimonials that I can use for this coaching and certification program in the long term. So all of these initial founding members, just requiring an honest review and testimonial before the end of the 5-week program, or ideally right at the end of the 5-week program as far as that goes. So if you are interested in this, yes, there's going to be an application process. I'm going to link to it somewhere down and around this video. You're going to click on that link. You're going to go through and fill out an application and then book a call with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through just, again, a little Q&A with you in terms of like what your experience is, talk over your application, and ultimately see if it's a good fit. Ultimately, I'm already doing very well with my main business with my marketing agency. I'm already doing well trading. The last thing I want is somebody that's not a match, that's just going to be a major pain in the butt and just negative Nancy, or something like that. I want to work with a certain type of person that is more positive, uplifting, forward-thinking, driven, disciplined, somebody that I'd want to hire as a coach somewhere down the line. So just as much as you're interviewing me here, I'm totally going to be interviewing you as far as that goes. So if you are interested in applying to the program, go ahead and click on this button below before all the spots are filled. Can't wait to talk with you on a call to discuss, if this is a match for you or not, and we'll go from there. Take care, guys. Again, click the button below to apply, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.